Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. I'm writing an adult literary fiction novel. That's not what this book, not what this video is about. This video is my Black literary fiction books that you should read video because around the time I'm posting it, it should be February, so Black History Month, and I just wanted to give some Black literary fiction book recommendations. Because obviously I read literary fiction and I just like want to do more recommendations tailored on things. Like I want to do a literary fiction books to read if you're a new writer, and this is one of the recommendation videos I have. And it's just like I've been reading enough. Like I've been reading literary fiction for like 2 years now. Was it 2 years? I'm assuming it's like 2 years now. So like I have a good little literary fiction just like recommendation list, and I do make videos where I talk about my 5-star reads and everything like that, but I wanted to have a specific video about my 5-star reads that are just like, or just not even 5-star reads, but just recommendations I have from like things, because there are some books where it's just like they aren't necessarily 5-star reads, but like I like them. A lot of these are 5-star reads. I think every one of these are 5-star reads except one of the books, and I think if I reread that book it'll be a 5-star read. So there's that, but like I want to tailor it around things so that you don't have to just watch every single one of my 5-star reads book videos just to see what I believe is good. So I have 4 authors on this list and 6 books, so like a couple of the books are by multiple authors. So I'll go down the list. I don't have one physically. Let's start off with one I don't have physically, and then we'll just like go down the list that we have. Yes. Okay, so the first book that we have, which I don't have the physical copy, it's gonna be one of these sections. My phone is backwards, so I can't see anything, but like we're gonna figure it out. And the first book I have is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett, and basically that book is about these twins. They are both white passing, or just like they could pass as white, and like when they run off to just like the city or something like that, they go on this, what is it, so I'll be back. I knew I didn't have the book in college with me, that's why where I thought it was, but like I have The Mothers in college, The Mothers by this author in college, but like I have this book at home. So yeah, I have the thing to show you. Okay, I have to breathe because I just ran up the stairs to get it. But it was, as I said, this is about these twins. They can pass as white. They go to the city one day, or some place someday. They go to some town one day, and one of the sisters decides to go back to their home, and then one of the sisters stays there and passes as white, and then we watch the generations that follow them, like, you know, the people's kids, and then no, not their kids, just like them and their kids, and then we just like follow their lives as they intertwine again. And that's the book. I think that this book is, first off, it's important because like it's about wow, those stairs really just took me out. But anyways, first off, it's about what is it, it's a historical fiction book about just like when people who could pass as white did, and if they did, then this shows just like the consequences of that. And I just liked that just like storyline of it. I think that this was just like a good story. I have a more in-depth review of it, at least I think it's more in-depth, in my 5-star reads video, which I guess there's that, but like I just really like the story of this. I feel like this was just like, it had really good storytelling. I feel like yeah, that's just like what I liked about it. So there's that. This is making me sound like I'm really bad at explaining things. Like that's just the plot. And again, I think that the best thing about this book is the storytelling. And I liked, like, I don't have specific things right now, but like I remember I liked like the daughter's relationship with this trans guy. Like I thought that was really cute, and I thought like a lot of it was just cute, and I thought, not cute, I thought that specific thing was cute. And then I also thought like just like there were good things in there, and I liked that. The next book on the list is Take My Hand by Dallin Parkins Valdez. This is also another important book. Not all of these books are just like important books. Well, okay, when I say important books, I typically mean like historical fiction. Yeah, and then that's just like mine. Just like, I don't know. But they're not all of these are. The last 3 books aren't, so there's that. So Take My Hand is about this time in history where what is it? The government was sterilizing Black women, I think. Sterilizing, is that the word? I don't know. But this novel follows this doctor or nurse or whatever when she sterilizes these 2, well, she like where she participates in sterilizing these 2 girls, I guess on accident. And then we watch like just like her just like trying to find justice for these girls, and then we just like follow that. I think not only was this story in what's called important, it was also just like a good story. Like I feel like this would not be on my list if it wasn't a good story. I think that some books, they try to have this theme, that they try to have these things about them that could be just like important and stuff like that, but they don't like focus on the fact that your novel just as you're supposed to get me to keep like reading. And it's like, it's not just about like entertainment, like there is that, but it's also just like you have to be a good book, if that makes sense. Like I don't know. And this felt like the most traditional story I've read in a long time. Like I feel like I haven't read books that were just like this straightforward, just like this very perfectly normal story about, well, not perfectly normal, but like, you know what I mean, like this story where it's just like the story that you are just like, I don't know, told about is the exact story you're getting, and there's no like experimentality, there's no just like trying to put you in their, specifically experimental stuff, like trying to put that you in their shoes by doing this experimental thing. Like this was just like a traditional story, and it was just like what you get is just like what there is, and it's just like it's the most traditional story I have read in a long time. So I love this book, you should read it. Yes. Then we have Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. This book is a historical fiction book about these 2 sisters that are born in different villages. I'm really reading the back of it. And basically one of the sisters stays in Ghana, and then one of them is sold into slavery. And basically we'll watch their timelines, or just like their ancestors, or just like the one person after them. Like you have those sisters, right? And then you have like the children of the sisters, and then like the children of those children, and then the children of those children, and then we just follow it in just like one straight line into just like there. And basically in this novel we are getting just like the histories of just like what has happened within these 2 places. Like we get American history, yeah, and then we also get Ghanaian history, I think. Yeah, we get a little bit of some Ghanaian history, and then we just like kind of just follow the novel at that, and that's good. And I love stories about stories. Like I liked how just like each story was, I don't know how many pages was each story. There's how many characters, and you divide it by 1, 2, 3, I think it was like 20 pages each. I think it was something like that. Every chapter was 20 pages each. The first time I read this was in my high school English class. I ended up buying this copy, even though this was a used copy, and I should have just got a new one and just like kept it at that. But I liked how it felt like a bunch of short stories, and then it just like kept like building off of each other, and just like I just loved that. Like my favorite story, I think, was about who, like, there's so much good stories in here. Like I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't remember the characters. Actually, I do, but like I don't want to like completely start reading and just like whatever. But anyways, there was just like good stories. It felt like a short story collection, except like they were connected, and I just really liked it. And I feel like this is what made me think that I would love short stories. I don't like short stories, but I loved this because I love like getting into different people's lives and just like having just like pieces of that and just like reading about that because like I'm nosy. I want to see what's going on in other people's lives, and so that this was just like a glimpse of that, and I love that about it. And also just like another important book because of course it talks about just like what is it, the slave trade and, well, not slave trade, like slavery. And yeah, okay, the next book we're gonna talk about is just like a less like important book on like the completely just like racism front, and just like this is just like we're getting into the contemporary fiction novels. We have 3 more books, and obviously this is another book by Yaa Gyasi. These next 2 things are by the same authors because I just love everything that they've made, and they are my favorite authors, so like I had to do multiple books by them. But like contemporary fiction is my bread and butter. Like I write contemporary fiction. I love contemporary fiction. I think that contemporary fiction is just like my favorite genre of like fiction, and wow, it's raining outside, so you guys can probably hear that. Yeah, like I don't know, it's just raining. It's really coming down, I guess. But anyways, the next book is Transcendent Kingdom by Yaa Gyasi. Same author as the same as the last one, and this follows this young woman named Gifty, and basically she's trying to find some sort of drug that can cure depression and addiction, because her brother dealt with addiction, and then her mother is dealing currently with depression, and like her brother died. We get like this history of just like her these 2 people in her life, and like we get like her trying so desperately to just like make this medication that works, while also getting like the history of her brother's addiction, and also getting the history of her mom's like depression, and also religion is also just like plays a part in this novel, because obviously this is about like science, so then it's like the clashing of science and religion. So like we get just like all of this just in this book. Right now I'm writing a book about what is it, religion and stuff, and like I feel like this is like one of those books that I could comp to my book. Another one of these books is another book that I could comp to my book, but like I don't know, again, good books inspire me, so there's that. But yeah, so like basically we just like follow all these things, and just like I think the discussions on religion are just amazing. Like this is the one non 5-star book in this whole list, but also at the same time, like every time I think about this book, every time like I read this, like I don't know, like there are parts of it that just like are so gripping, and I just feel like the first time I read this book, I had never read what's called a literary fiction, because it just like wasn't something I read. So like actually no, I did, no, that's a lie, that's a complete lie. I think I was coming from literary fiction books that were about what is it, literary fiction. I was writing like not writing, I was reading literary fiction books that were very much like intro to literary fiction books. So like when I was getting into just like a complete, just like this is complete literary fiction, like you are just like in the genre when you are in this, because it's just like a book about just like this lady just like figuring out the whole medication thing, and just like, wait, no, okay, I read Oxycontin and that was the medication she's making. No, that's the medication that got her brother hooked. Wait, what's she looking for? She's trying to find the cure to these things, but I don't know if it's like specifically a medication, I forgot. But anyways, it's a very good book. It talks about religion, it talks about addiction, and also just like the whole like losing a sibling to addiction thing is just like, I don't know, like that was just like a great storyline, and I thought that was like the saddest thing ever. And then there's also the mom with depression, and just like there's that whole storyline. And I think that the past was better than the present, and that's why I just like didn't give this 5 stars, because I thought that the present wasn't that. Actually, why am I giving like a whole review on this? Like, I thought that the present wasn't something I liked, but again, I hadn't read literary fiction. Like, I was reading like very high stakes, like very just like these big novels, and it's just like this book is just like a more quiet novel, especially in the present. And like looking back at it, like I just like, because it's just like her use, like everyone has their own way of dealing with things, and her way was science, and I thought that was so interesting. And we have to love this book. Like it's amazing. You need to read it. I guess those are the things, and that's really all I can say. The next book on this list is Dances by Nicole Cuffey. This book, again, on the like brother brother addiction storyline that this book has. This book also has, it's another contemporary fiction book, well, contemporary literary fiction instead of like historical fiction book, and it is about Cece, who is this she plays, no, she doesn't play, she is a ballerina, and basically we watch her as she's just like this black ballerina in this world of white dance, and we just like follow that. We also follow her past and see how her brother got her into dance, but we also see how her brother was struggling with addiction and stuff like that. Really, that's what I thought was the most interesting part. I also just like love the dance things, and just like I've always wanted to read a book about dance, and I feel like this did it so well. Oh no, I remember what was the greatest thing about this book that I literally did not understand that I needed. You know how in fantasy books, how like there are certain books that well, actually you're probably a literary fiction reader, so I can actually just like whatever say it, but like you know how in certain books they have just like a, what is dance, like what are these like moves, like for example, like someone would be like, oh, they did a I don't remember what any of these moves meant, but there was this move that was talked about a lot that bro, if I could find it, it was like intermezzo. Okay, let's just say intermezzo. I don't know what intermezzo means, but like let's just say, actually no, I don't know, I feel like I needed an actual example, but like instead of explaining what an intermezzo is, or just like whatever that is, or just like I feel like fantasy is the best example of it, and I use that example because it's just like the easiest to explain, because whatever. So in a fantasy book, you know how certain books they explain like what the world is, how the magic works, just like all those all those things, and just like stuff like that. This book doesn't do that. This book sits down, it throws you straight into the world. You are just given just like exactly what things are, and exactly what things are just like the dance moves, the dance things, and just like you are given it without being heavily explained what it is, and it just like feels more natural when a character is just like, oh, they do this move, instead of just like having the character be like, oh, I do this move, which means a slow, what's called spin around, like, you know, something like that. And it's just like, no matter how beautiful you try to make it, it doesn't just like, it doesn't do it justice. I like when worlds just throw you in and it says just like, I hope you understand what's happening, and if you don't, then you don't. And I guess there were just like some clues as to what things were, just like and stuff like that, but like it never felt like it was forced into you. It was just like pages upon pages upon pages of just like explaining just like things, because this would have taken just like a long time. And it's a nice short book for those people who like short books. How many pages was it? It's actually, it's a good length book. 277, and it feels just like really short. Also in this book, we also just like follow her just like looking for her brother, I think, something like that. Yeah. Oh, because her older brother is also missing, so there's that. And yeah, this is a really good book. again, this feels like, I had to make sure my thing was still recording, but anyways, this book also just like reminds me of the Taylor Jenkins Reid's books where the author is very indulgent in the things that she just like writes about. The next book is also just like on this list because like I love her book so much and I can't wait to see what she makes next. But she's very indulgent of just like what she writes. Like in this book she's writing about dance, in the next book she's writing about cults, like, and I just love that about her books. And just like if you like contemporary fiction, and like yeah, sure, there's like racism in it, and it's like, me personally, I don't have a problem with books about racism. I know people are just like very much like against it, and it's like if you are, then it's like most black books won't give you that. But like I'm also just like, if you want a book about just like, I don't know, you want a book about just like a character and just like this storyline that yes has things to do with racism, because I feel like everything just like at the root of everything is racism, like especially like just like for black people and stuff. So like I feel like just like if you are just like expecting no racism, then that's not what you're gonna get. But also if you are expecting a story that the center isn't necessarily racism, it's not necessarily just like this important book, like yes it's an important, like obviously I think all of these books are just like important and just like whatever, but like I wouldn't necessarily describe this book as important, then it's just like you can read this book and it's just like, it's like a completely just like, I don't know, a book about just like these things, and it's just like it's a really really good read. And I love but authors who are very indulgent in just like the things that they research, and that is what Nicole Cuffey is, and I cannot wait for her next book. But let's talk about her next book, because I bought this year, it came out this year, and I bought it like basically, I don't know if it was immediately after, I don't remember when I bought this book, but I have a whole reading vlog of this book, but like it was also just like I think a 5, wait, I have a reading vlog? I may have not. I don't think I made the reading vlog. I don't think I did I? I don't know, I'll link it if it's there. I might not, but I don't, it might not exist. I forgot. I was thinking of doing a reading vlog, but I don't think I ended up doing it. I don't remember though. But this book is about this guy, I think this one, he isn't black, he's Muslim, and but I don't think he is black. But also, but the person who is black is the person who is leading the cult, and basically there's that. So like basically this is just like a if you really like cult books but you also just like want a black cult book, then this is for you. So basically this story follows this guy as he this journalist as he gets into just like the world of this cult, and he just like, he also has lost his dad who was a Muslim man, and it talks about religion, just like his religion, and also just like how religion and this cult mash up together to become this one thing. So dang, my voice is getting squeaky and just like I don't talk enough. But yeah, so it talks about just like that, and I thought this was just like such a good novel idea, just like this guy interviewing this cult and just like getting deeper and deeper into it's just like its things and just like stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, she is such an indulgent writer. Like she writes about just like things that you want to read about, like the Taylor Jenkins Reid's things, where I don't know if you see this, but I'm pointing at Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, but like Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid is about a music group. Evelyn Hugo is about an actress. Malibu Rising is about what's it? No, I know what it is. Surfing. Atmosphere is about space, and Carrie Soto's Back is about tennis. So like this book is about a cult, and this book is about dancing, and it's just like, if you just like want these indulgent writers, it's just like Nicole Cuffey is the writer for you. And so like we just follow this journey, and I just thought it was such a good idea to just like have a novel about like this person interviewing this cult and getting deeper and deeper into it. It was just like such a good read. It was a little long, I can't lie. Like this book was like 277, this one is like 400 400 something pages. There are just like sections that are, there are just like a lot of things in here, sections that are just like this what is it, script for this documentary thing that was written about Odo, which is like the cult leader. And I just like, if you want weird girl fiction but you're black and you also just like want, I personally am not a fan of weird girl fiction. In my opinion, Nicole Coffey went deeper into the weird girl fiction genre, because I feel like within weird girl fiction it tends to be a very much just like vague place where it's just like things are vague, like, oh, the character's mother died, we never get explored. It's just like the character's mother died and it was like she died by like an acid, just like, I don't know, acid thrown on her, and then it's just like, I feel like it's never explored, just like the character's relationship with that. It's just like, I feel like weird girl fiction and me, like we don't see eye to eye, but this was weird girl fiction, but like good. Like this is exactly what I hoped from the genre of weird girl fiction. And like everything is explored, and even if it's not, it's just like, I don't know, there's just like this, like it's purposely not explored. It's not like, it doesn't feel lazy to me. It's just like, I don't know, it's really really good, and I recommend it. So sorry I had to do multiple books by the same authors, but like those are two of my favorite books, two of my favorite authors, Yaa Gyasi and Nicole Coffey. Let's hold up the books. Okay, this is the lineup. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm probably making a weird face. Literally, like, let me hold it up. Normally, no, none of that's gonna be good. But I tried. But yeah, that's the books for this video. I like, and hoping to post this like beginning of February or maybe even end of February. But yeah, you should be more just like black fiction, and just like within the literary fiction genre you can do it, and there are books for people who are just like into like important books. There are books for people who are just like into just like, I don't know, fun books, and just like there are just like fiction for everyone here. I'm hoping to make like another video of this just like eventually once I get like have read more books, because I think I've had like 100 books on my shelf, which I very rarely like books. If you watch my books I love video, you understand that I don't love that much fiction. Actually, that sounds bad, but like the majority of my books aren't favorites, but like I do have favorites, and so these books are on that list. So anyways, thanks for watching. Read more black books, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.